Hello, my twinkling stars. I welcome you all to Module 7. Today I'm going to teach you English Literature, Chapter 9, Heidi in the City. So this is a story of an orphan girl whose name is Heidi. She lives with her grandfather high up in the Alps and loves her life in the mountain. One day, her auntie Dettai comes to take her to Frankfurt to be a company to a lonely girl, Clara. Clara adores Heidi, but the housekeeper is very strict. Let us read about her first experience in the city. When Heidi opened her eyes the next morning, she found herself on a high bed in a large room. She was eager to look at the sky and the ground below, as she had always done at home. But the windows were too high for her, and she could see only the windows opposite. The poor child felt like a little bird trapped in a cage. Now, when Heidi reached the city and she opened her eyes, the next morning she found herself on a high bed in a large room. She was eager to look at the sky. She wanted to look out and see what is happening, but she was not able to look out. That poor child, Heidi, felt like she's a little bird trapped in a cage. Like when you keep a bird in a cage, the bird is unable to move, unable to fly. So Heidi feels like she's a bird and she's trapped in a cage. Heidi asked the butler, Sebastian, if he could open one of the windows for her. Sebastian readily agreed. He opened a window and helped her up on a stool so she could look outside. Heidi was very disappointed. Now, Heidi asked the butler. You know what is a butler? Who is a butler? The chief helper of a house. Okay, who looks after everything in the house. So she asked him that Sebastian, if you could open one of the windows, and Sebastian agreed to do it. He opened a window and helped her up on a stool so she could look outside. I don't see anything but a street of stone. Is it the same way on the other side of the house? She asked sadly. Yes, replied Sebastian. Where do you go to look far down on everything? Asked Heidi. Now, Heidi told Sebastian that I don't see anything but a street of stone. Okay, so she's looking here and there and she can't see anything. No shop, nothing. So she's asking Sebastian that I can't see anything. And if you need something, where do you go? Because I can't see any shop, market, nothing. So if you need something, where do you go? A church tower. Do you see that one over there with the golden dome? From there you can see everything, said Sebastian. Now Sebastian told Heidi that a church tower. Do you see that one over there? Means, can you see the church tower there? From there you can see everything. Like from the house she cannot see anything, okay? But Sebastian tells her that if you go to the church tower you can see everything from there. Heidi immediately stepped down from the stool and ran downstairs. Opening the door, she found herself in the street. At one corner, she saw a boy. Heidi ran to him and asked, "Can you show me a church with a tower?" So, as Sebastian told her about the church tower, she ran down, opened the door, and she went out in the street. And then she saw a little boy sitting there. She asked the little boy, "Can you show me a church with a tower?" "Yes, I can. Come," he said. Now when Heidi asked him that, "Can you show me the church tower?" So he said, "Yes, I can. Come with me. I will show you the church tower." Arriving at an old church with a tower, Heidi pulled the bell with all her might. An old man opened the door. "Why have you rang the bell?" he asked. "I want to see the tower," replied Heidi. Now they reached the church with the tower. Heidi went running and she pulled the bell. Okay, the bell were there and the rope hanging down. So she caught the rope and she started pulling it. Okay, and then the door opened and someone asked her that, "Why are you ringing the bell?" Then she replied, "I want to see the tower." "All right, come along," he said. The two climbed up many steps to the top. The old man lifted Heidi up to the open window. She saw a sea of chimneys, roofs, and towers, and her heart sank. "Oh dear, it's different from the way I thought it would be," she cried. Now, the old man took Heidi upstairs to the top. Okay? And then he opened the window. She saw many chimneys, roofs, and towers. And then she told the old man, "Oh dear, it's different." She was imagining something else, and when she looked at it, it was different. On their way back, they passed an attic where a large grey cat guarded her kittens in a basket. "What lovely kittens!" she exclaimed. "Would you like to have one?" the old man asked. "To keep?" Heidi asked. "Yes, of course," the old man said. "Glad to find a good home for the kittens. So, while they were coming down, they passed an attic. You know what is an attic? It is a room or space under the roof of a house. Okay, so while they were coming down, she saw a large grey cat guarded her kittens in a basket. She looked at the kittens and she said, "What a lovely kittens." The old man asked her, "Do you want one?" So Heidi said, "To keep them means I'll keep them with me, I'll take them home." Then the old man said, "Yes, of course. It is for you. If you want, you can take them home."